From the land of the rising sun comes the fiercest fighters, the hardest hits, and the brightest lights in pro wrestling. Joshi isn't just wrestling, it's heart, passion, and rebellion packed into every single match. So lace up your boots, crank up the volume, and get ready to dive into the world where idols become icons and legends are born in the ring. This is where passion meets punk and wrestling meets pure chaos. Welcome to the Cult of Joshi with your host, Raja and John.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Cult of Joshi. I'm your host, Raja, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, John.
Hello.
And without hyperbole, we are here to talk about one of the best start-to-finish pay-per-views I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
So we went through trying to figure out what we're going to say about this. And, you know, I've written some stuff down and now I'm not going to use those notes, as you said that I wouldn't. But as we go through it, we'll hit the points as we go through this thing and try to cover it as well as we can. If you haven't seen it, it's one of those times we've said before quite a few times, go out of your way to see it, right? That's the Dave Meltzer thing that we latched on to years ago. This is one of those monumental events. This is one of those that people look back in 20 years and they study it. They have watch parties. There'll be whatever podcasts are in 20 years. There'll be that discussion from experts at that time going back and studying this for booking, for the feeling, for the match quality, for the way it made people feel at the time, and also for different little fixed points that brought women's wrestling in Japan and the world to prominence. Once again, like it had been in the early to mid 90s. Because I think that's what we're seeing. I mean, you see the crowd that we just did, and again, we'll hit this, but it was already up from a stellar crowd from the year before, telling the same story without you being told and reminded week by week that they're telling that story.
Exactly.
It snuck up on you like, oh, okay.
That's what we're doing.
There's been moments in my lifelong pro wrestling fan, pro wrestler, the whole gambit, pro wrestling toy player, you know, pro wrestling create a character, spend 9 hours on it.
Yes. The only way to do it.
It's my life. The magazines in the room that we're in right now, in boxes that date back to my earliest childhood, that, you know, with the stains of my dreams. And, you know, just from the toys that were fake cast, you know, and I kept that story going. You finding those toys from my childhood and seeing their cast still on,
right?
You know, or seeing the champion that I had a champion go for over a calendar year in my toys, where he would have defenses and still win, telling stories.
That's booking, baby.
I've always been about the stories. When other kids beside me were taking their figures and would drive me nuts, and they would just slam them together. Those kids went home.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night. What's wrong? Why don't you want your little kid play? Well, you know, why don't your friend playing? Because he's an idiot.
He's ruining my toys.
Most of my playing happened outside of the ring. And I would have like these long stories and stuff in my head, these big fantastical stories that would have a slow methodical match. And like before I knew parts to a match,
right,
I had it. And I would always have something at the first that came back at the end.
Yes.
And then when I see stuff like that, you know, in the real world, stuff that meant the most to me, like there was a commercial tape that I had, and it had some matches on it that were just rando matches, really.
Uh-huh.
But I remember what I was doing and what I smelled, and I remembered my dad was mowing the yard, and I had the window open behind me the first time I watched this.
Uh-huh.
And I remember how wonderful. And I remember sitting there thinking, this is my favorite thing in the world. And, you know, seeing Barry and Ric Flair on a episode of TV, not one of the freaking sold out legendary 45-minute. No, it took up the whole episode. But the feeling that match gave me, the selling, the story, the whole 9 yards, you know, Flair and Steamboat going up to Tommy Dreamer and Raven, their whole story that they put in there, fighting over the girl, and Tommy just couldn't beat Raven, and you know, going up to like the incredible work rate of like Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho and Chris Benoit, like everybody in that little mix in the early 2000s in WWE, the best wrestling ever. Honestly, it was just fantastic. It didn't matter who you plugged into that.
Right.
It was going to be an incredible match. You know, going through all those eras, the first Ring of Honor that I wore the tape out, absolutely wore the tape out. And I was already in wrestling, you know. I ended up being in a locker room like 2 weeks after like getting my first Ring of Honor tape. And there they all were down from Philly down. And I was in TNA locker room in the back, and I walked upstairs and there's like the Briscoes and like the whole roster basically had come down. And I'm like, you know, I wanted to mark out right then, like, you guys, that was so awesome, you know. But it was, what they did there was awesome and special. You can always smell the special. You can always tell, and it's not something you can't look at a card and just go, this is going to be it. This is going to be this. You're going to be let down.
Right.
Things have to happen. Everything has to be in place. And there has to be as much care on that side as on our side. Mm-hmm. When all those special elements go together, and the weather's right, and the day's right, and the crowd is right, you have something special. And you can't have it every show. You can try, but you can't. Everything was right on this night. on the card we're getting ready to go over, everything was right. And for 6.5 freaking hours, everything felt like it was placed there with purpose. Would you agree?
I agree. There was no fluff. Nothing felt like it didn't belong. Everything, like we were locked in for the entire 6.5 hours. There was not a moment we wanted to miss. It was perfect, honestly. Like, thinking back on it, even now, it just feels like one of those moments that you're, like, a few years down the line, you think back to it and you go, man, that was a great show.
Yeah.
That was just amazing.
The production value through the roof.
Oh my God.
From the drones, which just added something. You know, people have used drones before. They've not done it here. No. And it was perfect.
It was so incredible.
The stage.
Beautiful.
Epic.
Oh my God. Spectacular.
It was just epic. The over 8,000 fans that we talked about were zoned in, bro. They
were here for the show.
They were here for it. Everything was amazing. The mix of the kind of matches. Yeah. You know? Yeah. The layout, the course of action as it went through the night.
It was just so well done that it blows my mind.
And the way that it ended, which we'll get to. If you were filming for an actual film, for a movie, the way that they ended compared to the way it ended a year ago, just, it's unreal. I mean, honestly, still yet. I felt that way a year ago. Yeah. And at the time, we actually said, well, that'll never be done again.
It'll never be topped.
You can't have that done. And I'm not even saying that it's topped, but it's that.
I wouldn't say the moment was topped, but the overall pay-per-view and presentation, the show in its entirety. Right. I don't know that it gets better than this. And of course, we're talking about All-Star Grand Queendom 2026 from Stardom on April 26th in front of the tune of 8,015 fans, up 500 people from last year, packed into Yokohama Arena for these Stardom wrestlers. We had 12 total matches and a retirement to go through. And everything just felt right from the start. It was just perfect. So we're going to get into this card because it's a long haul one. We got a lot to talk about. There's going to be a lot of fallout from this, and the rest of this year is going to be insane. So let's talk about All-Star Grand Queendom. Kicking us off with 3 pre-show matches. We started out with a special singles match between Kikyo Furusawa and Aya Sakura.
Yes.
And this, it was a little funny because kicking off the night, we had a few technical issues, specifically with the lighting, and they couldn't seem to get the above ring lights to stay on. So their fix for that, for this match, was just to throw like 3 spotlights on the ring to light it up from every side, and it worked. Well, you could see it.
I think
you could see the wrestling.
I think it was the aura and the magic of Tam.
Yeah. Tam was like,
it was forcing its way in.
This match, though, was really well executed. It was really awesome. These two are so evenly matched, like submission-wise. So during the match, they were going back and forth a lot between Aya Sakura's triangle choke and Kikyo Furusawa's ankle lock. So they just kept throwing their submissions on each other. And there was one really standout moment in the match where Aya Sakura drew her leg back to kick Kikyo, but Kikyo hit her basement dropkick to the post leg of Aya Sakura and made her fall over, and she was able to get another ankle lock on. It was just the flow of it was so cool. Everything looked immaculate. These two are just so much fun to watch. But it was Aya Sakura who did win this match. She hit Kikyo with a German suplex hold to pin her. There were no submission wins here.
It was really crazy that it was bookended by the babies. And as we've always lovingly called them.
Yes.
Since, we've been able to chronicle the entire career of both of them on this show.
Yes, we have.
And, but, Aya Sakura being out there, I feel that Aya Sakura and Kikyo Furusawa, I can see one of them two or both of them being on the top echelon of the card next year.
Yeah, they're definitely both on that trajectory, right? Like Aya Sakura in particular has moved mountains this year so far.
Even the last 6 months.
Yeah, she's really showed up.
It's really different, like the way she holds herself. And I think getting out there with mixing it up with, outside promotional stuff has helped a lot too.
It has.
But, like when she was in the United States, you just felt it. Like she feels like a star now.
She does. She's really put it all together. And this win here to kick off All-Star Grand Queendom is just a great little notch in her belt to continue her career. In the next pre-show match, we had a tag team match where Ane Kanaya and Akira Kuragane took on Matoi Hamabe and Kyoko Katatsu. So we're seeing a little more of that Matoi Kyoka team up. And we know from the beginnings of Matoi's career when she first debuted, she had said that her dream faction to be a part of was God's Eye. So I don't know if she's trying to edge her way in there with Kyoka as a tag team partner, but we knew what we wanted out of this match.
Yeah, it didn't happen, did it?
It didn't happen. We wanted Ane Kanaya to get her first win of her career here at All-Star Grand Queendom. We thought it'd just be a cool moment, a fun moment.
I thought it was bananas night.
She got really close. It's the story of her matches lately, right? Like she'll get super close, very close pinfalls, but no cigar in the end.
Yeah.
And it was Matoi who actually submitted Ane Kanaya with an armbar to win this match for her team.
So I'm very excited and here for Matoi, and we have been the whole time. And again, if you guys don't do it already, as we've said before, when her music comes out, there is a place in the music where you need to chant Matoi, Matoi.
Yes,
because
it's perfect.
It is totally old school beauty pair kind of theme music that is perfect for it. But yeah, I love everybody in this match. And anytime we get any combination of these, I'm excited. And including the first two in the first match, but any combination, especially of these four, I freaking love it, man. I am as far as the future of Stardom, is so bright.
I know. There's so many young, hungry, talented girls even at the bottom of the card on the pre-show,
and yes,
who just
shine.
They do.
And my loving name for is banana.
Oh, Hane Kanaya, yes, is banana.
It's because of the Kanaya. I somewhere in there.
It's like the Anna banana.
Yeah,
but...
Anna banana. Somewhere it's formed, so I'm not even going to hide it anymore.
And she wears yellow. So,
yeah, she is banana to me. So it's a loving thing.
The loving nickname.
Yes.
And then in our third pre-show match, we had our high-speed six-way where we had Yuna Mizumori versus Momo Kogo versus Xena versus Lady C versus Tomoka Inaba versus Tabata. So it was pretty high speed. They all got in there and they just started going at it, and they were flying all over the place. You know how it is with a six-man match.
Yes.
You can't really keep up with the action all that well because there's so much happening at once. At one point there was like 2 matches going on at the same time. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was. You were right about this one though. You thought Xena would get this because of things that have been leading up to Xena getting this.
Yes, so Xena has pinned Yuna in the past, and there have been toying with the idea of giving Xena a high-speed title match. So it was Xena who did pin Yuna again in this match to win. So I think it's pretty inevitable at this point that Xena gets a high-speed title match.
I still think it should be Tabata. I think that Tabata would be a great high-speed champ and could also go, give that some love over in CMLL.
I agree completely.
I like Tabata being in the mix. I love Tabata being in Stardom, and I hope more continues to happen with that. Good match, strong match. The only little note to it is poor Yuna on her way down the ramp. The ramp was very steep this time.
It was. I guess because they had the bigger stage and the way they set it up, there was quite a steep grade on the ramp.
She almost bit it.
She did, but she caught herself.
She caught herself.
She was like rubbing her knee. She's like, oh man, that hurt.
Yeah, she handled it great though.
Poor Yuna. She didn't have a great night.
No.
Maybe that contributed to her loss. She was already
injured. You know it, dude. That was the only reason.
So then we, we took a little break before the main card, and then we got into it with a special singles match between Natsupo and Makiito.
And as far as telling a story for the card, when a card tells a story all throughout the card, it started here.
Yes, though this was probably the best possible match they could have chosen to open up the main card. It was fun. It had the story behind it. Makiito pulled out that burnt up star from out of the ring during the match, and Natsupo had to tear it apart again, and she's like waving in front of her face because I guess it smells bad from being burnt up. But they also got very serious with each other amidst the silliness of their story, with like slapping each other around in the ring and like going for their craziest moves that they can possibly go for.
And they both looked amazing. Like we can't undersell the fact of the entrances.
Yeah, the entrances were on point.
Natsupo looked like a goddess. She looked like a fairy. Like she looked amazing. Yeah. No surprise there, right?
Wearing her pink Kairi gear to honor her friend.
That's it.
We haven't been able to talk about the Kairi story,
and I'm sure all of you know by this point that Kairi Sane was let go from WWE.
Yes.
There'll be the non-compete, and there's been a big, groundswell of people trying to get her back, which I actually...
It's so crazy.
I contributed to the side that was like, if they bring her back, I'm going to hold all of you responsible.
Free Kairi.
Yeah, we want Kairi to make all the money and be safe and all that stuff and do whatever she wants to do.
Yes.
But
we want her happy.
Selfishly, we want her to have good matches again. But
singles matches,
yeah,
maybe?
And be back around, But... Natsupo did wear her Kairi gear, and which was really cool, and I also love the color on her. It was
the pink was cool
from the fashion standpoint of it. I always have to talk about it.
Yes.
Makiito came out and got to do basically the whole song.
The entire song.
They knew that hey, this is what sells tickets. We need the performance.
Yeah,
it's great.
After the fact on Twitter, I saw where the person who made the song, Brooklyn the Hole, which is her theme song, they had recorded a small video of her entrance because I guess they got permission to do so to see how it sounded like in the venue. And I guess people piled on to them because Maki and Taro Okada had to like come to their rescue and be like, oh no, this person made the song. We gave them permission to do the video because you're not allowed to record in Stardom shows. I just thought it was funny that she had to like apologize and like clarify that it's her song and everything. everything. I just thought it was funny.
It's cool that the fans are policemen.
Yeah, they're like, you can't take videos in a Stardom show?
Yeah, I was probably going to just quietly take them out and you never see them again.
Yeah, but this was a spectacular entrance on Maki's part. She did half the dance on the stage and then came to the ring and did like another whole chorus. It was so fun and so engaging. And then, of course, like you said, Natsupo with her fairy entrance with the headdress and everything.
And the funny thing to all this is Makiito, if you guys have been watching, is calling Cosmic Angels the heel faction.
Evil, she said.
And so, everything that's been going into this has been about them being a heel faction.
Yes.
And it's funny. And one real big part about this match was the fans themselves. 8,000 people were chanting for Makiito.
Yeah. It's crazy to see where we've come with, like, the likes of Natsupo over the past year or so, since Tam left and everything. And Poi had her struggles after that, but it's just crazy how popular Makiito is.
She obviously handles it great. But yeah, Makiito is on a generational run right now.
She's brought a lot of new fans to Stardom, I think, on her own, and also made new fans for herself.
Yeah.
Of people who have never seen her before.
It makes me think, I didn't want to agree with it when he first said it, but Rossi Ogawa had said that Stardom fans are Stardom fans.
Yeah.
And they don't watch other wrestling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you shut up, Rossi.
We're cultured.
To be, do the Gabe kid, fuck off, Tossie, But when you seen her come in, Makiito, it did. I seen people who had never seen her before.
Which is crazy to think.
the one person that a couple of months ago we were talking about was very upset because they were afraid they weren't going to get to see her at Kirk Hall.
Yeah, because they had just discovered her,
and they were asking other people. They're like, "Oh, she's still going to be there?" And she answered it herself. That's crazy.
It is the fact that. To us, someone the level of Makiito, not being known, especially in Japan in particular, it just goes to show you, people really just focus in on the things they love sometimes.
I remember what got us into her originally was, because we've never been the biggest Tokyo Joshi fans. Even when we first started, we watched the big shows, but it's never been our jam, really.
Right.
But was that video that somebody made with the whole story.
Yeah, and it was because she came into AEW and people started looking for information about Makiito. Who is this person that's just here in AEW? And we watched that video about her whole story and everything, and it was wow. We're going to get behind this one.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It was. So as we expected and we picked on our last episode, Makiito did win this match. She rolled up Natsupo for the win here, and Poi was understandably surprised by this result, but, Maki made sure to remind her that she's part of an evil heel faction and that she will be taking Cosmic Angels down by her own two hands.
Well, it's hard to doubt it right now.
It kind of is. In the next match, we got right into our tag team gauntlet match, which for the main card was kind of the only match that didn't have a story, but it kind of has its own built-in story in that whoever wins this is going to be top of the list of people who get a tag team title shot, right?
Yeah.
So we had our favorites.
Yeah, my favorite is still my favorite, and that's May Sarah and Starlight Kid. Yes. I love them together.
They make such a good team. They are the same size. They look very similar.
Yeah.
They've got the matching gear. They work very well together. They have a similar style. They just hit all the marks for an amazing tag team.
They really do hit all the marks.
and they're fun to watch.
Yeah.
So they actually kicked off the gauntlet. They were first in, May Sarah and Starlight Kid, and their first opponents were Rion and Waka Tsukiyama. They defeated them with the Rolling Star. May hit the Rolling Star on Rion to pin her. And Waka Tsukiyama, shout out for that new gear.
Yes.
Looked really good.
It really did.
Then May Sarah and Starlight Kid took on Azusa Inaba and Rina, who gave them quite the run for their money, but May and Starlight were able to defeat them with another roll-up, just quickly. They were able to win another match.
And it's funny because that's another one of the teams that I love when this combination is put together of Azusa and Rina.
Oh, yeah. Devil Princess is great.
It's absolutely my favorite team out of 8. I love them together.
They're a fantastic tag team. They just work. They seem like best friends. That's why they make such a great tag team.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for May and Starlight Kid, their next opponents were Hina and Ami Sori. And man, they look good together as a tag team. Like,
again,
all the ambiance.
Again, Hina and Ami Sori, I didn't know it beforehand, but for some reason, damn, I really like them together.
They worked awesome together. They actually won this matchup. Hina hit her Mad Splash to win the match for them. And then Hina and Ami Sori had to take on Saya Iida and B. Priestley, the team of Gorilla Trigger. So Saya and B came out here, and we got to see a little more of the matchup we absolutely love between Ami and B. Priestley. They just beat the absolute crap out of each other. But Saya Iida won this one with a big lariat, and that brings us to our final matchup of the gauntlet, which was Saya Iida and B. Priestley versus Hazuki and Koguma. And of course, FWC is FWC. They're the last team in the gauntlet, which makes them even more difficult to beat.
Yes.
So they came out here, and it's a little like new stars versus old stars. I mean, Saya Iida's old stars, but Hazuki and Koguma no longer being stars. So it was kind of a cool matchup here. Hazuki ended up rolling up Saya Iida after B. Priestley accidentally kicked her in the face to give FWC the win. And I say accidentally, having at this point not knowing anything.
Yeah. It's funny that you say that because I was thinking of Oedo Tai. Like, with Hazuki and B. Priestley. And
I mean, there's lots of connections from the past, right?
But, there is a lot of connections. And this, everybody loves FWC, including me.
Yeah,
but
it's hard to hate them.
It's this selfish thing of Hazuki, singles Hazuki is just my favorite. But yeah, great win. Obviously, now that sets up some really interesting matchups.
It does, because now FWC back on top of the tag team division. Obviously, they're probably shooting straight for a number one contendership match.
That should be number one contender right there.
I think so. If you win the gauntlet, I mean, they didn't have to do as much work because they came in last, but that's okay.
It's not their fault, Raja.
It was the luck of the draw.
They drew names out of a hat.
Yeah, exactly. So even so, I would love to see a few of these teams face off. Like, I'd love to see May Sayer and Starlight Kid go one-on-one with FWC. I think that would be an absolutely crazy match.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see that here, which I'm disappointed in, but it was a fun gauntlet. Nonetheless, we got to see a bunch of the girls, and I love this format much more than having like a 12-man match because it was basically like a bunch of little tag matches, and throughout this entire card, that's another thing, we didn't have a single match that was more than 2 versus 2.
Which is your pet peeve? I know you don't mind the multi-mans. It's the big 12 and...
Yeah, once you get up to like 12 and 14 people, then it gets a little muddy for me. But usually on the undercard of a pay-per-view, we'll at least have like some 6-mans or even 8-mans.
Yeah, no.
But we didn't have that here. It was all tag team or singles matches, which I thought really lent to the pacing and everything. And
important.
Being able to see everybody.
Agreed.
So, following our tag team gauntlet, we had our first title match of the night for the Future of Stardom Championship. Emma Maishima took on Rana Yagami. So, Emma won the right to this Future of Stardom Championship match by winning the Rookie of Stardom tournament. And she came in here fired up, ready to go.
Fired up.
And we actually got to see a move from her that we haven't seen in quite a while. We got to see her springboard crossbody off the top rope.
Or the Rena splat.
Yes, the concussion splash.
Yes, the concussion splash.
It was awesome, though. Rena, we're just talking about Rena. Emma Maishima really showed off in this match, I thought.
I think so, too. I was, out of everyone we had in the tournament, to be able to get this spot. Emma was not the one that I suspected would win.
No, me either.
To go. So I was really excited to be able to see her show off in such a prominent role. You got to think you're out there in front of 8,000 people in a title match.
Oh, yeah.
And you've not really had that feature moment yet.
No, it's really nerve-wracking, I'm sure.
She did it flawlessly. And, this match was great. It was honestly great. And with the time allotted, with everything they went through, I love this match.
Yeah.
And Emma really, really showed out.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. It was really quippy. It was really quick. It was like one move after the other. Rana hitting her kicks and everything, And Rana showing us a brand new technique that she's now learned, stretch, which she calls the tie rock submission that she used to submit Emma Maishima to win this match and have her second defense of the Future of Stardom title.
There you go. Your girl Rana with a win.
Yeah, let's go. I was excited, but I thought Emma really had a great showing in this match, and I'm excited to see more from the Future division.
And speaking of great showings, just things out of the blue, strap a rocket to them, Jim, because they're going to the moon, dude.
Yeah, to the moon is an understatement, honestly.
Fuachan has done things that are just simply unbelievable for someone who is just coming into the sport. I know there was a cup of coffee that was had, but coming into the sport, turning your life around, taking pure disaster personally, and being able to grow from that.
Yeah.
And come back and win over fans and at the same time, honestly, devote yourself to the point of being as good as she is right now.
Yeah.
I know we're getting ready to talk about this match, but just talking about a personal journey, it was really cool kind of payoff to see that.
It was.
Because we've all done the dumbass.
We're all idiots at some point.
We're all idiots, and we all do idiot human things. So it's wonderful seeing redemption arcs.
Yeah.
You know, and I really think that her redemption arc kind of came all the way right here, you know, because she looked amazing.
I agree. I love this match. Fuachan versus Sarano, from the entrances to the gear to the work they do in the ring to their facial expressions. Every single thing was so contrasting, from Fua's more bright, bubbly personality to Sari's very serious, stoic personality. And they go together so perfectly.
Yes.
They're the perfect foil for each other. And I just want to see more and more and more of them facing off.
And it's great. And the story obviously is the grizzled veteran. It's hard to say grizzled about someone like Sarano,
Right.
but the grizzled veteran, you know, not taking it serious, not, you know, because Fuachan's not presented herself in a serious manner, you know?
Right.
But Fua proving, you know, and we had said last show, if Fuachan can come out and get a draw, if Fuachan can just make a great showing,
Yeah.
that would be a win for Fuachan.
Yes.
But let's talk about the match.
Yeah, so like you said, she looked great. Fuachan came out. She had new gear. It was blue and pink and vibrant and had hearts all over it. Very Fuachan. And her music, of course, is all upbeat and everything. But they got out there, and the story of this match was essentially Fuachan kind of like begging Sarano to take her seriously, but not in like a pleading way, in like a, I'm gonna throw my best at you so that you will notice me.
Yeah.
She even hit a moonsault, a perfect moonsault in this match.
A beautiful moonsault press that, you know, Sarano on X, you know, posted about it. And
It's that pretty.
yeah, posted about how good it looked and how she had tried to do that for years. And you know, but she did it perfectly.
She did.
And it did look beautiful. You know who it reminded me of?
Who?
Mayu Iwatani.
Oh, it did. It does look very similar
It
to mine.
looked like, because Mayu Iwatani's comes over and it's got a beautiful float to it, and then it hits you like a wet blanket.
Yeah. It's like, it hurts.
And that's what it looked like happened.
Yeah, she definitely nailed the execution on the moonsault, but Fuachan won this match using her own mentor's move, the Hazuki Straw, rolled Sarano up for the win, and it's just a testament to the work she's put in. Like, even before this match, she's in the dojo with Yuji Nagata to learn more.
Yes.
She's never non-stop trying to put new things under her belt, and it paid off here with a win over Sarano.
Absolutely amazing match. Let's give it the there you go.
It just shows how talented Fuachan is and how much potential she has, because it's amazing to think that she just re-debuted, like, what is it now, 5 months ago?
Yeah, and it also, you know, sometimes people lose this, and including us, but it's the whole take two to tango thing. Sarano and Natsupo both showed how incredibly important they are to Stardom, and how incredibly important they are to these younger girls.
Yeah.
And maybe not younger girls, but just, you know, establishing stars in the case with Natsupo. But taking the L's on this giant show is such an unselfish, you know, display of how important they are as leaders.
Yeah. They're both very entrenched in Stardom, and they have every right to win matches like this on the biggest show of the year.
No one would even blinked if they'd have both won.
Yeah.
No one would have even blinked.
It would have made all the sense in the world.
Wouldn't have mattered. The show would have still been perfect. It would still have been great. All this stuff. But doing what they did in these matches was so much better.
And I think not even just to elevate newer talent, but to tell an overarching story across the entire pay-per-view.
Yeah, because
that really was like slowly sinking in a sense of dread, I think, throughout the night going toward the main event.
Because here it is, Cosmic Angels are cooked, right?
They're done.
And I mean, you have
everyone's losing.
You have Yuna, you have these two. I mean, it's just there's a lot going on.
Yeah, like the big boys of Cosmic Angels have all lost to the new up and comers. Oh no, what's happening?
Yeah, definitely a theme setting in.
It was crazy, but after that match, we moved right into Saki Kashima's retirement ceremony. And this was short and sweet. I don't think she wanted to take up a lot of time during All-Star Grand Queendom. And she's, in her last phase of energy, as she says. She only has just enough stamina left to come out here and to say goodbye and to see everyone with her own two eyes, even though she says that her eyesight's so bad that she can't really see anyone. So she's out there and she gives her little speech, and then she had a very nice video message from a comedian that she loves, and then to her surprise, some music hits, and her self-proclaimed idol, Tomohiro Ishii, came to the ring, and it was just a really sweet moment with him out there with her, and he gave her a bouquet of flowers and also his sunglasses.
Yes.
He's so funny, but I guess she just loves him a lot, so it was nice of him to come and see her off. She said that she had dreamed of standing in the ring next to him in her final moments, so that was a dream come true for her, which is really sweet.
Yeah, it was, and the whole thing, it didn't. Thank God, it didn't drag it to have us all crying our eyes out.
I know,
because it could have easily done that.
Yeah, but it's Saki.
It's Saki. Saki did it the most Saki way that she could.
Oh my God, when she laid down in the ring and they did the 10 bell gong, and it was like ding 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 ding, like as quick as possible. That was so funny.
It was, and I don't know what's actually going on with her, and nor do I need to.
Yeah.
All I know is that we wish her the absolute best in her life, and in whatever she chooses to do and however she chooses to spend that time.
Yeah.
And really appreciate, from me, and I know from you too, what she has given to us, and just, it's been a joy to watch. It's been a joy to cover, and she's just always brought something special to a card.
She has. She's a beam of sunlight.
Tournament, that was my favorite stuff is tournament Saki.
Who's going to lose quickly to Saki Kashima in this tournament?
Yeah, because it's always been just that spoiler thing, and it's so wonderful. But
so even though she got pushed down to the ring on a dolly, it's a long walk down to that ring, she was able to leave on her own 2 feet all the way back up the ramp.
Barely.
And then she left us with this parting message, which said, "Thank you for falling in love with pro wrestling. Thank you for finding Saki Kashima. Please keep loving professional wrestling forever." And we will.
Yes.
It's going to be not quite as funny a place without Saki Kashima around.
I agree.
But we move on from that directly into the Drunkers Clash hardcore match.
Okay.
Between Hanako and Maika and Rina Yamashita and Suzu Suzuki. And I don't know what I expected here, but I don't think it was one of the bloodiest affairs I've ever seen in a Joshi ring. So,
in quite some time, we should add that.
In quite some time.
Okay. I think I can speak on a hardcore match, a death match.
Yes. From a personal level.
So this, I don't expect much. Okay? I just don't. Unless it's Dash Chizako.
Yeah, we try to temper our expectations.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to have fun with it. This is what we wanted to see. When we first seen these four were going to fight, we wanted it to be a hardcore match.
We said, make it hardcore.
Yeah, we knew that was going to be the best way. And right off the bat, when Rina comes out there and gigs. Oh my God.
I wouldn't even call it gigging. She just slices Hanako.
When she sliced Hanako up, and Hanako bled like, I mean, dude, full martyr.
Oh my God. It was full Crimson Mask.
Just the juice of all. They had to actually clean up puddles.
Yeah, Barb Sasaki in there, like wiping blood up every 2 seconds.
And being somebody that's probably never juiced, I don't think she's juiced, but maybe she has.
I don't think I've ever seen her bleed.
Maybe there's been one. I don't know. But not many, right?
Right.
So coming out there and seeing her bleed like that, I just remember like the first time I went too deep. And you're all cool. Everything is cool. Look at how cool my face looks. And I remember like moving my head forward just a tad. Mm-hmm. And it was like, and I've always described this. Have you ever filled up a drink of water or something, a glass too full, and you barely turn the glass, but 1,000,000 pounds of water come out?
Right, it just sloshes
like
everywhere.
It makes no sense at all.
Right.
And you're like, what the hell? And that's the first time that I gigged too deep. And I remember moving my head forward a little bit and just blood just everywhere. My eyes turn red. Everything I seen turns red. And then it's the worst thing is when your partner or whoever you're wrestling looks at you, and they've got that face,
that oh crap face,
like oh God, what have you done? You know, I felt that when I had these flashbacks when I was watching this, because I was like, oh my God, she's got to be flipping out a little bit. But to her credit, she didn't let it bother her a bit.
Well,
on the outside,
you got to remember who her first mentor was before she entered the Stardom Dojo. Risa Sera is a queen of this type of wrestling, and maybe this was a little way for Hanako to honor that lineage in her own way.
It was amazing.
But we have to talk. We would be remiss to not mention Hanako is blonde in this match.
Or was blonde.
She was blonde before all the blood. Her and Micah coming out in their normal gear tops, but the camo pants, they just looked so cool. And then Hanako with the blonde hair, kind of evoking like evil Yano vibes. It was so cool. And then, of course, Rina and Suzu come out. They're just them, because this is what they do all the time. And then it was very quickly into the match that Rina broke that can in half, and both her and Suzu took a half. Rina cut Hanako, Suzu cut Micah, not nearly as bad. It's like a trickle in comparison to Hanako just gushing blood. But they went completely balls to the wall in this match.
Hanako was pure Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah. Just, she could have been a Rhodes.
She was Dustin Rhodes. She was Tommy Rich.
She's the Rhodes' sister now, just by blood.
Yeah, she's a good bleeder, dude. We're gonna put her on the circuit now. She's a good bleeder.
She was awesome in this match, just from start to finish. I mean, she put from the apron, she powerbombed Suzu through 2 tables on the floor with no mat underneath because Micah moved it. So Suzu went through 1 table.
And her head went through another.
And she hit the back of her head on the other table. I thought she was done. I thought that was it for the night.
Yeah, especially with stiff-ass Japanese tables.
I can't believe she got up and kept going. She seemed a little loopy, but you know, Suzu's not going to stop no matter what.
She seemed Guadalupe.
Oh, man.
She really did.
But this match was bloody. There were chairs. There were tables.
Yeah.
There were ladders.
Oh, my.
There were giant Japanese fans. Everything cans you could think of in this match.
Like legitimate fans, we're not talking about the fans in the, there was no giant Japanese fans.
No, like the fans you fan yourself with.
Yes.
But, of course, they did drink beforehand.
Yes.
As Rini Yamashita proposed. But it was crazy. Hanako, to her credit, even with all the blood, managed to kick out of a tequila shot.
Yes.
Partway through the match, which is just insane. But Hanako did end up taking the pin. Suzu hit her with a German suplex hold on a pile of chairs and pinned her.
Of
so
course.
Suzu and Rina did win this match. But I think Hanako probably came out the biggest star from this.
Yeah. Especially for us, dude.
Oh my goodness.
That was it was everything that it needed to be and a little bit more.
It was. They just went that one extra step further than they probably needed to.
Yes.
But it made for a memorable match.
It really did.
And I kind of hope that they can put their differences aside after this. Like, Mavita Loca and Micah and Hanukkah are, like, good now because, like, I don't know, where do you go from here? We don't want to escalate it any further.
Faction.
Just let them join Mavita Loca at this point. Like, they bled with you. They're ready to join the BCC. Okay.
Yes.
So, after that, after we took a little time to clean up everything, because it was disgusting, we were ready for our 4 big title matches. And at this point, we're just hyped up. You know, it was crazy. And right off the bat, we're getting into the IWGP title match between Shiri and Megan Bayne. And may I just say, the best match of Shiri's IWGP run so far.
Totally agree.
Oh my goodness. I mean, you got the obvious story right with Megan's so much bigger than Shiri. She's so much stronger than most people. I mean, she's Megan Bayne. She's a goddess, right?
Yes, yes.
So she's able to literally toss Shiri around out of the ring at one point onto a bunch of girls on the outside. So Shiri really had to come back from that and find ways to kind of chop the tree down, as it were. Thankfully, Shiri has a leg that can form an axe and kill people, so it wasn't too difficult for her. But just the matchup between these two and the way that they worked together, it was beautiful. It was magic.
Yeah, I mean, the Megasis, she never looked weak in Stardom. Mm-hmm. You know, she was made to be just that true beast. But the thing that was beautiful about her is she worked like a big person, like a tall giant.
Yeah.
But she also did things. And you were able to get her to a point where the big man offense didn't have to be that way. You know, whether it was Julia or whoever that would work her down.
Yeah.
And get her to the point that where she was doing regular moves. And that's the thing that's about Megan Bayne that's so amazing, is even with her size of being, 6 foot tall, she's able to do the same things that anybody can, that the smaller sized wrestlers can.
Absolutely.
She can work her ass off, and she does. But it still makes sense because, like you said, you're in there with an MMA star, you're in there with Shiri, you're in there with a queen,
right?
That can come out there. And I think Shiri also has wrestled into that much better than it used to be presented. I think that, she is so believable that I buy it 100% that she is whipping the shit out of Megan Bayne.
Yeah. The leg kicks, just the arm bars on the ground, she used those a lot in this match. Like, everyone's the same size on the mat, you know how they say?
Yeah, she kept going after it.
Every time she was able to get Megan down on the mat, it was really easy for her to kind of take over and put those arm bars on. She really worked Megan's arms. But the craziest move of this match out of Shiri was by far the fact that she picked Megan Bayne up in electric chair style.
Yeah. And
then threw one of her legs back off her shoulder and pulled her down into like a sideways driver.
Yeah.
She didn't shake. She didn't flinch.
Yeah.
She just picked her right up and did this beautiful driver on Megan Bayne.
Yeah, dude.
It was the most ridiculous looking thing. It was crazy.
Yeah, you're right. To not sell the fact of who you're lifting there.
Yeah. It was insane. It was crazy.
I'm not sure that I could do it without selling a little. I mean, it's like, cause that's just put over, like you said, man, the strength.
She's so strong.
Yeah.
And she even gave Megan a superplex from the top rope that had Megan flipping all the way over. So, even with Megan's size, Shiri's able to innovate and do all these things to be able to get her down and even do things with Megan Bayne that maybe some other people have never been able to do before.
And I love the fact we're not playing hot potato with the IWGP belt.
Yeah.
It's really cool because there was a time I would have felt that if somebody was coming in from AEW or wherever, that they're going to go over, and you could even understand that here with Forbidden Door coming up. But I love this. I love the fact that Shiri won this. I love the fact that she won it against a top contender. I love the fact that, the belt, the lineage is getting better and better and better because you're having these incredible, memorable matches.
Absolutely. This match was amazing from start to finish. Shiri did win, as you said. She put Megan in the ground Suzaku stretch to submit her. And watching Megan Bayne tap out is just a sight to behold, honestly. But Shiri retained the IWGP championship and will continue holding on to that belt that she first won a year ago at All-Star Grand Queendom 2025. So I think she's in for a good haul with the belt this time.
I hope so.
I hope so too. She definitely deserves it. So, in our next match, we had the Goddesses of Stardom championship match where Ruaka and Natsuko of BMI 2000 defended their belts against Miyu Amasaki and Azumi of O2 Line.
Yeah, buddy.
And this was the beginning of our 3 matches where the babyfaces were trying to dethrone Hate and all of the belts, the top belts that they have captured over the past couple of months. So it was up to O2 Line to start us off in that trend.
And man, they Hate was kicking and screaming the whole way.
They were, yes. So first off the bat, Miyu and Azumi's gear was gorgeous. Beautiful.
It was.
The
Jeez.
pink and the blue just looked amazing on them.
The best ever.
They matched. They were gorgeous. It was great.
Incredible.
But this match, I feel, really focused a lot on the story of Miyu Amasaki and her growth, like through the Cinderella tournament and everything that we saw earlier this year, where she's been gaining more and more confidence. And this is kind of like the culmination of that confidence.
Right, because it's always been the story. And, they did a great job in chronicling how many times that they've went against BMI 2000, back to 2022 or whatever.
4 years.
And never beat them, know? So they've never got the dub in any of the matchups they've had with BMI 2000. And so it's really a great story. You're right. The story's always been Natsuko getting on the mic and being like, well, she's the weak link, basically.
Right.
Like, you can't beat us. What is she? She always loses. And it's always been this thing.
Yeah.
So you're right. This whole journey of getting, stronger and getting there and being able to do it. It's great.
And of course, Miyu, you got to think it was in her head. That's like, we've never beat them. How are we going to do it? But she really locked in this time. Her and Azumi work flawlessly together. They've been a tag team for just 4 years, so they know how to do this thing together. And Hate, of course, pulled out all the stops, all the normal things that they pull out. Tora tried to mist Miyu at first. There was black boxes being thrown everywhere. Tora did eventually get the mist into Miyu's face, but that didn't deter her. She was still able to wrestle through the mist in her eyes.
She's like, it matches my gear, dude.
Yeah, blue gear, blue face.
What are you thinking?
I look fabulous.
Yeah.
And then to culminate it all, to get us to the end, Miyu Amasaki hit Natsuko with 2 tensais and pinned her to give O2 Line the win and the Goddesses of Stardom championships.
Freaking awesome.
It was. This one was so nerve-wracking. Like, the false finishes on this one were like, I was freaking out. The whole end sequence.
We bid on these falsies. And
it was scary.
We don't always bite on them, but we bid on these falsies because they were well timed.
Yeah.
And it made sense. And it's happened so many times, right?
Right.
And it's just like, you just expect it.
It's like, oh no, maybe they are going to lose again.
Yeah. Because you think at that point that maybe there's going to be something with Azumi, like getting upset. You know, like, what the hell, dude? You wanted this again. I've given up all these singles run opportunities.
That'd be sad.
Yeah, it would be terrible. But it meant so much to Azumi too, and you could tell the post match.
Oh man, they're so sweet. You can tell they're best friends, and they look so good with the belts. But then Azumi just breaking down on the microphone, and her cute little cry. She was so emotional.
Me and Raja are huge fans of Viva La Dirt League. It's a YouTube thing. If you've never watched it,
so good.
And you ever have played a game or you just like comedy, find Viva La Dirt League and watch them. They are the most incredible comedy troupe ever. We love them to death. But there is a character that does this little cry thing.
He's an NPC and he does the NPC cry over and over.
And it's so amazing. And when Azumi got up there and she's like, my tear duct broke or whatever, it was such a sweet cry, but that's the only thing I could hear because it was so...
It was so much louder than I was expecting.
She's like...
Poor baby.
It was so sweet. It was so sweet.
It was. She's so emotional and happy.
It made it that much better. She's wanted this. She's wanted these titles. She's wanted to win this. And that really solidifies their time as being a team.
It does. And you even have the built-in story. If FWC is the number one contenders, they're the ones that encouraged O2 Line to stay together. And Azumi always points back to that. She's like, Hazuki told us, don't separate from each other. Always stick together. So I think that's going to really come into play.
It really is. And you've talked about that a few times, that they actually are the ones that said that. So it does play into it. And my God, the matches that we'll see.
It's going to be a fun time with them as
I thought
the
Walker
champs.
did a great job. This whole entire 6.5 hours
Oh my gosh.
that he had to commentate this for the English commentary.
Yeah.
I love a solo booth, but he is just so great.
He is, yeah, and it was his birthday and everything, you know, and he's just out there doing it. And his voice is so nice to listen to.
But think about this. He did 6.5 hours straight by himself talking about this stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's not his number one gig.
It's not.
Everything he does on this, he's having to, like, study and push in there. And
right, make sure he's getting it right.
And just a great job. And he also touched on all those points, you know. But I think you can't talk about what a wonderful and perfect show this was without putting over that performance in the booth.
Absolutely. Walker, he knows he hits his cues. He knows when not to talk like over the entrances and stuff, which I love because that's a big pet peeve of mine.
Yeah, we hear it a lot.
He gives space during matches. Like I noticed a few times where things were happening in the match and there was it was silent, and then he would chime back in, and he's so natural at it that sometimes I just don't even realize there's commentary at all.
It's hard to believe the guy's 24.
I know.
I mean, he's
so talented.
timeless. Like, it seems like he's been doing it for 20 years.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what you want, right? You want it in the ring. You want to look like you've always done it.
Yes.
And, you know, in the booth, that guy he's a destined legend in the sport for the voice and bringing it, because he does such a masterful job. I just wanted to say, great job,
yes,
sir.
Yes, because he definitely adds to the experience of the whole thing. So that brings us to our semi-main event. For the Wonder of Stardom Championship, Hanan versus Konami. So this story, of course, goes all the way back to September when Konami put Hanan out of commission for 4 months. It was insane how long she was gone. But Hanan was determined not to become part of Konami's collection.
Yes.
She was not going to get sprayed in the face again. She had a new walkout jacket.
Yes.
She looked gorgeous, Hanan did. And Konami it's Konami. She got in here and tried all of the tricks. She tried to do all the dubious things, but Hanan was able to avoid the spray paint to the face, and she actually sprayed Konami in the face. Unfortunately, there was a little ref bumpage after this, which allowed Konami to hit Hanan with the white belt and then slam her in the face with the framed picture of her in the Cinderella dress in that beautiful frame, and it looked very painful. But Hanan did not let that deter her. She was not going to lose this match, and by golly, she hit Konami with 2 backdrop suplexes for the pin to become the new Wonder of Stardom champion.
Dude, listen. Number one, yeah, you can clap for everybody in this whole show, but this story that they built with this was beautiful. It was well done, you know, and it was right.
Yes.
The person, you know, after the carry finish of the Cinderella with the all the bad stuff that happened to Hanan. And Hanan is again, I'll use a Rhodes thing, right? So like Dusty never had a partner that didn't turn on him. Cody seems to be the same way. It's just one of those deals, you know, Hanan doesn't have the best of luck with people not just ruining her big moments.
I thought we were there. The Cinderella moment was ruined. The press conference was ruined.
Well, and we'll get there, but I just have to say, as far as white belt champions, so to those of you who just jumped on the train, okay, so traditionally the white belt and the red belt are supposed to be kind of the same power level.
Right, they're equals.
Just the red belt is more of a universal. This is our champion. This is our world champion.
The face of the place.
The face of the place. The white belt is the heart of the place.
Yes.
The white belt is the emotional person. The white belt is the pure embodiment of what makes Joshi, what makes Stardom.
Yes.
And so you want the person that holds that to be someone special.
Yeah, the heart and soul.
And I can't imagine someone who embodies heart and soul more than Hanan.
Yeah.
Hanan is just, and I put Hazuki in that level too, someone I could see as a white belt champion. But Hanan is one of those on my short list of this would be an incredible white belt champion. And I can't wait to see it 5 defenses later.
Yeah.
But as with you, I thought this is it. This is the moment I get to be the Hanan fan I want to be. I get to cheer Hanan on and her sweetness, and she's glory, and she's got all her friends. Let's talk about the post-match.
Hanan won the white belt. She was happy for a brief moment and before Stars came in the ring to celebrate with her, as you do with your friends, right? Your friend just won one of the biggest titles in the company. You're going to come in and celebrate. B. Priestley even put Hanan on her shoulders to march her around the ring and let people take pictures. And then came the suplex. It was very Japanese ocean suplex style. Just down to the canvas, and then B. Priestley starts stomping all over Hanan and yelling at her. She takes her Hanan shirt off, and there's a hate shirt under there. And we were like, we knew it! You could never be trusted.
Yeah, it gave me some evolution vibes for that breakup there. But when she was up on the shoulders and B grabbed the hands, you were still talking. It was so funny because you were talking to me about something. And
I thought she was just happy.
And I seen the moment, and I seen her eyes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it was such a slow motion comedy movie. Because I was like, oh shit! And I remember you looked over for just a second to my direction, and you look back, and you're like, whoa! And then it just started, and B just starts going, freaking bananas on everybody in the ring. And
we knew she could not be trusted.
This entire time, it's like one of those things. It's like the whole time you're like, what are you doing with her? She is a vile person.
Yeah.
She's an evil person. Yeah. She is beastly.
She's beastly.
She's not B. Priestley. And we call her beastly for a reason.
It comes back all the way to that match, the tag team gauntlet match, when she kicked Saito in the face. Did she do that on purpose?
You gotta wonder now.
Oh, man. We've been waiting for this since B. Priestley arrived in Stardom. We're like, she joined Stars, and we're like, what are you doing there?
Yeah,
you're not Stars.
No. And it's we love it. I mean, it was wonderful seeing her get to, play dolls and have tea time and all this stuff.
Tag with all the girls.
But at the same time, you could always feel it, couldn't you? You could always felt that little demon dancing in the back of her brain.
Yes.
Just shaking at night and
just waiting for the perfect moment.
Just going to a dark room and trying to get all the pretty dresses off of her and just like, I'll have my time. You just wait.
I didn't expect it to happen here during Hanan's celebration.
Oh, yeah.
Poor Hanan. She cannot catch a break, dude.
Well, I'll tell you this. It was the absolute best thing in the world B. Priestley could have ever done.
It was so fun. I'm all for it.
To pull off the shirt, too, which is always one of my favorite tropes in wrestling.
The shirt under the shirt.
One of my favorite tropes in wrestling has always been the commitment that went in to have that shirt on underneath. Because I always thought, what would have happened if you changed your mind? Right? And you go in the back and you're changing, with your friends, because you changed your mind. Mm-hmm. And you're like, what the hell? Why do you have that shirt on? Oh, I just needed 2 t-shirts. I was
cold.
I just had a feeling I needed those tonight.
That's when you take them both off simultaneously, so they don't notice that you're wearing 2.
You speak like you do that often.
You've never taken off 2 shirts at the same time?
You better not have some other Joshi podcast shirt on underneath you right now.
No, I'm just a girl and I have to layer, so
okay.
Camisoles under sweaters and things like that.
I don't understand it, but I get it. So yeah, no, this was exactly where B needs to be. She is just as much as Hanan needs to be the white belt champion.
Yes.
B. Priestley needs to be the first defense.
Oh, it's going to be so good. B. Priestley is going to beat her up.
Dude, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be violent.
And we get to see Hanan sell like her life depends on it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
She was put on this earth to sell.
Yes. So after that disappointment, we moved right into our main event. of the evening, the match that everyone has been waiting for, the World of Stardom Championship match between Saya Kamatani and Sayaka Kurara, not only for the red belt, but also for the existence of Cosmic Angels as it is. So let's just start from the beginning. The entrances. Sayaka Kurara enters the stage all in white, very flowy gown, very Tam Nakano, with a staff that's also very reminiscent of her mentor, and she just looks like an angel. Like, she's beautiful.
It's the strangest thing I've ever seen, because she literally went from being the innocent girl to looking like a full-grown ass woman
over the course of the match.
And it did happen through the course of the match, but you were already seeing signs of it here.
Yeah.
There was something about her that was just different. Mm-hmm. It was just different.
She knew she had to step up.
And I know that I've made the comparison, okay? And my apologies. But I could not help but see Manami Toyota so many times during this match.
It's a valid comparison.
At times, she turns her head a certain way, and it just looks like her.
Yeah.
And then she does things flawlessly, like run the ropes up. And, you know, dude, yes, the presentation at first, amazing. She looked like an angel. She
took the gown off, and she had the Tam gear on with all the tulle and the fluffiness, but it's blue. It's not purple, because blue is Sayaka Kurara's color.
Yeah, she's a unicorn.
And she looked so immaculate, and it fits her perfectly. Like, she was made to wear that style of gear.
And then there comes Saya Kamatani.
Oh my god. Saya's entrance with the music hitting and then it completely blacking out. And then when it comes back on, there she is with the wind blowing on her with her flag. And she just looks so cool.
And every fire that's ever been.
Yes, all the fire.
Burning and the drones going around.
Oh my god.
It was so incredible. Like, holy crap.
Yeah, and this is the first time since the invention of the Phoenix Queen that she has had a new style of gear. Mm-hmm. It's the first new, like, maybe probably not the first new set of gear, but the style she was wearing was completely different from her normal, very tassel-y gear, and it looked like an angel versus a devil. Okay,
yeah, no, it did.
She looked like a vampire.
If it was just the entrances and they were like, nah, good night, folks, I've been okay.
It's like, yeah, okay.
It was incredible. It was big match. It was big event entrance. It was main event entrance. It was. And there, when they got in the ring across from each other, there was no doubt what the main event was.
Yes.
Because they look like main event players.
So we get into this match, and early on in the match, Saya has a callback. It's a callback. She brings out the chain like she used to use on Tam Nakano she used 1 year ago in order to hang Sayaka Kurara off of the corner of the ring. And then Sayaka does some callbacks of her own. There were many odes to Tam Nakano in this match, as you would imagine. They went up the ramp pretty early in the match, and Sayaka tried to do the running knee, you know, the violet shooting, down the ramp, and Saya caught her. She didn't let her hit that knee, but this match, it just escalated, okay? Like, it was all hunky-dory. Everything was going good. Everyone was having fun. And then in the later stages, it just got completely out of hand and insane.
It was incredible because some of the things, you talking about callbacks, right after she being Kurara had decided that she was going to put, you know, Cosmic Angels on the line here. And Natsupo was talking in a backstage segment. And she was like, you're going to have to be on your own.
Yeah.
You know, this is all you that has to do this.
Yeah.
That's the thing I need you to realize is we can't, you know, we'll watch you. That's what we do.
Yeah. We'll be there for you at ringside.
We'll be there for you spiritually, but we don't get involved. She said that. And then when Cosmic Angels got together to thwart hate, and all of a sudden you're seeing everything they normally do to get over to win a match, you're seeing the girls counter everything.
It was so good.
And rally behind Sayaka Kurara and rally together as sisters to defeat this evil once and for all.
Oh, man. So, yeah, like, Momo comes in the ring with the bat. There's Sarano immediately in there to stop her. Rina and Azusa get in there. Natsupo is in there. Aya Sakura is there. They just combated hate at every turning point, and it culminated in Momo Watanabe actually kicking Saya Kamatani when Sayaka ducked the kick. She was able to power out of the pin after that, but it was just one of those oh crap moments, like, oh, Momo did it again, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Saya's gonna lose because of it. She didn't, not because of that, but there were some insane moves in this match that I just want to talk about real quick, like Sayaka using a spear not on like to Saya's back, and then a second one to the front. And then Saya Kamatani hitting a desperation Star Crusher, but she's so out of it that she can't cover Sayaka after that. Like, that whole sequence just blew my mind. The headbutt in the corner, that just sounded like their skulls were cracking off of each other.
Horrible.
And then Saya hitting an avalanche Star Crusher out of the corner. What? It was all insane. We had all the hate action, the Cosmic Angels, the near pins, the near falls, everything back and forth. And then Sayaka Kurara gets Saya Kamitani down and pulls her to the corner, climbs to the top rope, and hits a Firebird splash. And if you've never seen one, it's a 450. Yeah. Sayaka Kurara got up on the top rope and hit a 450 splash onto Saya Kamitani.
That she has never done in a wrestling match in her entire life.
Holy crap. And of course.
And she did it perfect.
This Firebird splash earned her the pin and the World of Stardom Championship. What a moment.
What a moment. What a match. The story being told. Cosmic Angels coming together. Rallying. Sayaka Kurara absolutely silencing every doubter of what she could do in a ring, and fulfilling the promise she made to Tam to keep that dream going.
To take care of Stardom.
And getting revenge for her mentor.
Yeah.
A year later, almost to the day. And, if this all wasn't beautiful enough, and there was words said...
You talk about Manami Toyota, when her hair was completely down after the match, she looked just like her.
Yeah. And just the facials that she made were so different for her.
Yeah.
Just the screaming, like when she was doing the screaming, that's just not her.
Yeah.
And I love it. She
was so into it.
But after everything was said and done, and Sayaka, Saya Kamitani had left.
She took the slow walk up the ramp.
And Sayaka Kurara goes up. And you remember last year, obviously, with the moment of moments, with Tam and on the ramp.
Yeah.
Just on the ramp with Saya. And them looking up and the feathers coming down and pointing up to whatever it is that Tam sees. And everything going all black. Lights going down, and the perfect ending.
Yeah.
We've talked about it in depth. We've brought it up several times. The perfect ending. But as Kurara's walking up that ramp, and she starts noticing these same feathers coming down, and she kind of looks up, and she grabs one in her hand, and she just has that belt, and she has her Cosmic Angels,
and she smiles,
and she has slayed the dragon. And she has avenged Tam. And in that moment, Saya Kamitani was wrong. Because she won the match. And she got everything that goes with it.
Oh my goodness. It was just... I got chills thinking about it. Just the story of Sayaka Kurara's entire career from the end of 2023 to now is just insane. Like, it's not just the story of Saya Kamitani and Tam. It's Sayaka and everything that she is and what she means to people, and Tam putting that promise on her, and her like going to the bottom of Stardom essentially, and we didn't like think about the whole Tam thing for a while, and then challenging for the red belt out of nowhere and coming to this point. It's so beautiful from every single bit of it.
So unexpected. I mean, and it's so brave because you've got Stardom doing the best it's ever done.
Yeah.
Period. The best business and the very top merchandise seller there is in Japan with Saya Kamitani.
Yeah.
And Sayaka Kurara dethrones her.
Oh, man. It's a risk to take the top belt off of your biggest star.
It is, but it's also the reason that I feel that Stardom is the best.
Yeah.
Is because they would never do that anywhere else.
No, I mean, you could have played it safe. You could have let Saya keep the belt.
You could have ran it
You could have killed Cosmic Angels.
Yeah.
But instead, like, Sarano and Natsupo and Yuna lost their matches throughout this night. And it kind of feels like Sayaka's assuming a role that's long been, a year has been unfulfilled. A role that we haven't heard anyone, like, vie for.
No.
Or anything like
No,
that.
you had the aunts.
Yeah.
And we always joked about it. It was like, you know, it felt like they were the aunties that took care of everything together. But you're right. No one's really came out as the official leader of the group.
Is Sayaka Kurara going to assume the leader of Cosmic Angels?
I feel like she is the leader of Cosmic Angels at this point.
And how crazy is it that she's the World of Stardom champion and the New Blood tag team champion at the same time?
It's insane.
It's absolutely crazy.
Something nobody's really pointed out.
Yeah, like she's a tag team champion of the developmental shows.
Yeah.
And the main champion of Stardom. It's just, what can't she do, honestly?
Yeah.
And it wasn't even really over at that point because we did get to see the backstage comments after the main event, as we always do. But one thing happened that kind of wrapped this whole show up in a neat little bow from the very beginning of the show. Makiito approached Sayaka Kurara and told her she would be challenging for the World of Stardom Championship because she is determined to take down the evil heel group that is Cosmic Angels.
Yeah. It's crazy. And it's also, now that one, I don't know who's going to get cheered at this moment.
Right.
Because Kurara just did something unreal.
I don't know.
And, you know, what's Saya going to do next?
I don't know. She was in shock, I think. She was very upset, and she did the whole song and dance like, keep that warm for me. I'm just lending it to you for a little while. I'll be coming back for it soon.
So is Hate going to survive this?
I don't know. I hope so. B. Priestley just joined.
These belts were the glue.
Yeah, they lost all of their gold. Except the artists.
Except the artist belts.
Which weren't on the line tonight. But the top 3 belts in the company, Hate dropped them all. And there's so much at play right now, just in the Joshi world in general. Speaking of things we haven't been able to talk about, Utami Hayashishita announced that she's leaving Marigold on her last shows on May 23rd. Kairi is now out there. Well, she will be after her clause expires.
Kairi Hojo and Utami Hayashishita. Obviously, we've wanted Utami back since Utami left.
Yes.
And also, obviously, there's a little story with Utami and Saya.
Yes, a little unfinished business, I think.
Their story is amongst the most beautiful ones.
Yeah.
And, you know, you think about On Top of the Cage, I don't know, just so much stuff there. Like, just so much stuff with them.
I would love to see a cage match between them, like a singles cage match, kind of Tam Natsupo style.
Just, oh my God. And all that stuff is just so incredible. And the what might happen,
I know.
It's just unreal.
There are so many possibilities right now of things that could happen, and so much changed that it just makes like the whole landscape of Stardom completely different than it was a week ago when we recorded last.
Yeah, I just wish there was like a Monday Night Raw right after.
Yeah.
Because I guess Golden Week is the next run of shows.
Yeah, well, there's never a slow moment in Stardom, so you know they'll be back very quickly. But All-Star Grand Queendom, man, they surprise me every year. It gets bigger and better, and at this point, I was already sure, but now I'm even more sure that they could run a Tokyo Dome show that would be the best thing that you've ever seen in your life.
I think if you draw 8,000 fans on this, that if you built up a Tokyo Dome show, you're easily going to have 30,000.
Oh man.
I think that it's that people would support the thought of it.
Yeah, just the fact that you're running Tokyo Dome, people would want to be there.
Yeah,
for the Stardom show in Tokyo Dome.
I think they. Listen, I don't want to say they could sell it out, but I mean, if we sold out 1-4,
yeah,
on that card,
yeah,
and I'm not saying it was a bad card.
No, but
wrestling itself, being able to sell that out,
from what we've seen from Stardom,
yeah,
and the things they can put together, the stories they can tell, and the way they draw people in. I don't think it's so crazy that they could pull
just
All Japan women numbers.
Imagine if you had Kairi, okay, and you could pull something out like Kairi versus Sherry,
right?
For IWGP. Think about Utami and Saya. Just think about the Saya freaking rematch.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff. Like I would love to see Saya Kamatani go and win the 5-star.
Yeah.
And
come back around to it.
Just really go all the way out. But I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. All I know is this show, as we started out saying, is my favorite. It is, and that's a high bar.
It is. We've seen some hella good pay-per-views in our time.
Yeah.
But there was just something about this one that felt different.
It's my favorite one overall, period.
It was so good. The girls did amazing. Everyone should be applauded, from the production to the booking to the wrestling. Everything was perfect. And if you didn't get a chance to see it because you couldn't afford it, or you didn't, sometimes it's difficult with the Japanese pay-per-views, to just get them. But it should be on Stardom World in a couple of weeks. I implore you to at least watch it when it gets to Stardom World, because it is an experience. It's an experience from start to finish. And I just feel like more people need to know about it.
I do too, man. I think that you need to watch the whole thing, give it the time, make it a fun night.
There's no slow moments. You won't be bored.
Yeah, it's incredible, and it's well worth it. And congratulations, hats off, and what a wonderful show.
Oh man, thank you, Stardom. It was the highlight of my year so far.
We're not even talking about anything else. We've been watching other stuff, but we didn't want to muddy the waters.
No, this needed its own show, and I think if you watched, you'd agree. So that's All-Star Grand Queendom, and we would love to hear your guys' thoughts on it and all the changes that happen and all the winners and losers and everything in between, and what you think is going to happen, because so many things could happen. But make sure you're following us on our socials at Cult of Joshi, on X, on Instagram, on Facebook. If you're listening on YouTube, then make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're growing, man. We're getting there. It's like every day there's some new subscribers.
Yes, please
and we love
help
to
us.
see it.
Share it.
Like the video, leave us a comment, all the good stuff. But that's all we have for you today. So I'm Raja, he's John. So long from the Cult of Joshi.
Bye.